Good morning. It is August 1st. We are at the Down Home Garden. Let's go take a look at how things look. Let's see. I think some of the tomatoes are nearing their end. We got a couple of those bushes I'm going to go ahead and probably pull up today. Do have some nice cherry tomatoes still producing. I think this bush, that one, this one, they're all probably going to have to go. I might even pull the tomatoes on that one and pull it too. So got decent tomatoes here. That's a small bush, but it's sure full of them. More over here. The bush is kind of looking peaked, but still bearing fruit. Cucumbers, well, got a lot of bushes, but I don't really see any cucumbers on here. So I think just that whole interaction with the deer was not positive for them. They didn't do well after that. These tomato bushes here, they're looking pretty good. Loaded with cherries, loaded with cherry tomatoes. And these are some of the ones that the deer had eaten as well, so they came back really well. I think in week one, if we go back to week one, that we can show where they were eaten down. But all those turned out really, really well. I'm impressed. Let's see, next, let's take a look at our cantaloupes. Cantaloupes are coming along. That's a nice looking one. These, they're kind of turning, but they're not growing that much, so I'm not sure how much bigger they're going to get. We do have some growing on our smaller bush. In fact, I saw there's a small one here. So those are going. Watermelons, Saturday came in and I picked just about all of them. So we took most of those out. I'm gonna pick two more today. I'm gonna pick this one here and probably the largest one down there. They're showing signs that they're ripe, so we'll get them out. The new watermelons, that one's starting to vine out pretty good. This one as well. So that nitrogen helped those. I think that moved them along pretty good. Our new plants from last week, they are staying rooted and starting to come along. Might fertilize them a little bit as well. See if they can't move. Jubilee melons. What's funny with these, you got a lot of the plants that are dying out on the edges, but then some of the ones on the where their vines are growing farther out over here by the tomatoes, they're nice and green, and we've even actually got a nice little melon developing on there. So I'm curious whether it'll finally end up developing wholly. So I guess we'll see. Well, definitely gonna have to do some tomato picking. I'll show you what I get. We'll also pick those melons. All right, let's pick those up, show you what that's like, and then we'll go to the shed garden. Alrighty, let's pick a few of these tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes seems to have been bearing really well down here. They must like this soil to a certain degree. Some of the plants don't really look all that healthy, but again, these ones on the end that I thought would have struggled after the deer ate them, I thought they would have done a little worse, but they've done pretty good. got some of these, they got too much water. Cause them to split around the edges here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick those off. We'll finish letting them ripen inside. I think we're gonna have some of the same problems with these. No, not as bad. So that's not too bad. I still will let them ripen in the house. Alright, our biggest Jubilee is now finally ready. And what I'm looking at to tell whether they're ready, see the vine coming here all the way to here, then you have the little stem sticking off. That's what's turning brown. That's what I was waiting to turn brown. So now that it's brown, it says it's ripe. Let's go ahead and get it. Wow, that's heavy. Big one. If you see this watermelon, although it does have a dead limb, the little vine that comes off the end, it's still green. So with it still green, I'm going to hold off on picking this one. But that's the difference. That's what's triggering me to pick them or not pick them. All right, let's cut one of our watermelons. They pop. I like it when they pop. Huh? It looks nice and red throughout. Oh boy. Yeah. That's the reddest one, isn't it? That's one of the reddest ones. I think it is. It's probably as filled out as any that we've had so far. So I like it. Let's get a taste. There you go. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Excellent. Let's move on. All right, let's take a look at the fish shed garden, the fish shed tomatoes. They still seem to be doing really well. Bushes look really healthy. Got nice healthy tomatoes on here. Got a few more, one up top here. And look here, we're starting to get some that are getting ripe. Nice, like those. That's great. So a couple more here on the back side. So that's wonderful. Glad we can get them. All right, well, that is about all for this week. We're going to continue to reap fruit where we can, pull up the plants that are done, and start thinking about what our fall garden is going to look like. So stay tuned.